Hello traders! In this video we're going to talk about block trade indicator alerts. So those of you that are familiar with our block trade indicator, here on the block trade indicator tab within Moby, I've got 4 configured. One is trades over 50,000 shares, so any stock in the 10,000 that we track that has more than 50,000 shares is coming up here in this column. So anything that's 100,000 shares and over come up in this range. Anything that's over 400,000 shares come up in the third column, and anything that's over 1 million come in the last column. So these are all presets. There's another video that you can check out on actually using the block trade indicator. So the new feature that's out as of yesterday is that you're able to set alerts for your block trade indicator. So imagine this: you have a watch list, or you have a list of stocks that you're actually trading or you're interested in, and you want an auditory and a visual alert that something's actually coming in as far as volume and regarding the dark pool. So say you're in that trade, and like today, a 900,000 share print comes across for the SPY. You want to know about that. So let's go ahead and see how we can set this up. If you're on the block trade indicator tab, what you can do is you can click on the alert button right here on the right hand side. So this brings up a slide out menu called block trade indicator alert. So I'm going to make one here, and I'm going to call it 100K. And this one here, I'm going to do alert from block trade indicator settings. So if I'm interested in something that's, say, over 100,000 shares or 400,000 shares, for example, I'll do 400,000, and I want this recurring on all intervals. So every time a block trade comes across for the entire market that's 100,000 shares or higher on our 10,000 stocks, then we will get notified. Now, the end date, you can choose an end date. The default is a month out. Then we have exclude opening and closing trades and exclude pre-market. So the opening and closing trades, opening prints we normally leave alone. You'll just see that right at 9:30 at the bell. Usually there's a bunch that dump like 1 million or something. And then the closing trades, we kind of leave those alone. There are thousands of trades that occur after market that has to do with ETF rebalancing, institutions that can't hold their positions throughout the day. And a lot of those trades really don't mean anything to us. And especially for your sanity, you don't want this going off and making noise like 500,000 times. So we're going to choose create alert here, and our BTI alert is created successfully. So now anytime something comes over 400,000, we're going to get notified about it. Now let's look at something else here. I'm going to build one for a watch list. I'm going to actually call this one trading, and I'm going to make it a custom alert, and I'm going to choose this import tickers from watch list. So here are the watch lists that I have here. Oh, trading is right at the top. So I'm going to choose that one, and I'm going to choose import. These are actually ones that I do have positions in, and same thing, recurring all, leave it for a month, and I'm going to choose create alert. Now, here it says minimum price. You can leave it 0, because if you want it for all of the tickers, you don't want to exclude any of them by setting a minimum price by accident. And the minimum share size I've got here is 50,000. So say, for example, I'm trading any of these stocks, and you want to know when any larger size trade comes through, then by all means, you can set this to whatever number you like. Just type in the number. I'm going to choose create alert here on the bottom. And now we have 2 alerts. The third alert, we're going to do a custom one, and I'm just going to call this one custom. And I'm going to create a custom alert. And here I can select all tickers if I want and put a minimum price and a minimum share size if you like. Or what you can do is down here, leave these blank and put in specific tickers with commas in between and no spaces. So I've got SPY, QI, WMF, CX, Bank of America, JP Morgan. I can add all of these to the list, and then I'm going to choose create alert. So now we're starting to get alerts in. And we can see here, Wolf, 1537, 197,000. And you can hear the chime as it comes in. So this is important. When I'm trading, I have 6 monitors for my workspace, and this one is on the top left. So I'm just watching it in my peripheral vision. And then now, if something comes through that I'm interested in, I can just glance up, see the purple banner, and what stock it is. Now, the other thing that we can look at as well, if we go back to alert, here's our alerts themselves. So these are all recurring and they're active. You can see that there. It tells you the parameters of each of them. And if you choose edit, it's just the same screen that you were looking at previously. Now you can go back and look at your notifications here. And so these are popping in. And so here we go. AAL price. This is one that I was trading. 11.95, 94,627 shares. And here's another one, 103,472 shares. So you can see those as they're coming in. You can throw them out, or you can mark them as viewed, or you can click everything and choose the delete at the top there. When you're done with your alert, if it's driving you crazy or something, then you can do the same thing here. You can click on it, or click the delete, or click the X right here to get rid of them. All right, so there you have it. That is your block trade indicator alert overview. So hopefully you enjoy this. Please let us know what you think. If you have any feature suggestions that you'd like, please email us at admin@mobyticktrading.com. We'd be happy to see if we can include that feature. All right, happy trading, everyone.